did your production skills develop throughout this project? Our group selection was easy. Before the final groups, Carly and I were partners for a few projects and we worked well together. Connor and Jackson worked together and were also good partners. We decided that we would combine and do the final project. Connor, Jackson, Carly, and I all went to middle school together and we have all had classes together before. This helped us to comfortably collaborate. We knew that all of us had good work ethic and would all put in the effort to do the best we can. We also knew that all of us are open-minded, which later helped us with the entirety of our film. At first, I did not know much about filmmaking. I knew there was some planning that goes into it, but not the extent to which the planning goes to. I learned very quickly that everything about filmmaking has a meaning. The props, what's included in the mise-en-scène, the camera angles, the lighting. I learned that the audience subconsciously takes in all of these into consideration while watching. It also has to cooperate to convey the same theme so that it makes sense and is pleasing to the viewer. I also learned that the actual filming part was easier and quicker than anything else. We all had diverse ideas and we came down to many options. There were so many different things that we could do after coming up with an initial idea of a boy experiencing a real but difficult challenge. We thought of doing an action film with conventions of the action genre, like excitement and clear external conflict. We also had another idea to do a murder mystery film with horror conventions like a dark setting and atmosphere. The last idea we had was a dramatic film with drama conventions like focus on emotion and simple structure. After weighing our options, we all decided that the drama film would be best. While discussing, our teacher helped us to realize that the other genres would not work in our favor if we chose them. The action film would be too difficult because we would need to add lots of editing and stunts that we were not able to execute. The murder mystery was ruled out because it was too dark and we could not find a way to build a storyline without it being too dark. The drama worked out because we all agreed that we can make it dramatic without too much hassle. It also helped that once we brought up the idea, all of us started bringing up several ideas that we could include in our film. While working on our storyboard, we came to a few difficulties. The ideas we had with certain key lighting illuminating different things like the poster was not going to be possible. We had to switch up a few angles because once we got to our shooting location, we realized some of them would not work. The mise-en-scène was one of the easier parts. Everything we included in the shots was simple but meaningful. We had the idea to put up different Harvard logos everywhere, and where we shot at was already prepped for the rest of the mise-en-scène. The time I spent working with my teammates was both enjoyable and productive at the same time. Since we knew each other prior, we connected on a deeper level, but we weren't afraid to say things that needed to be said. We were all open-minded to any ideas and feedback. All of us had the same goal, to make the best film we can. Keeping this in mind helped us to stay on track and not get distracted. In making decisions, we would all share our ideas and either choose the best ones or combine ideas to make them even better ones. The location we decided to shoot at was our teammate Carly's house. Her mom had an office that was perfect for the whole film. The scheduling was a bit of a problem though. We shot during school breaks mostly because all of us had very different schedules. During the school weeks, it was hard to find time where all of us could be there and meet. We ended up shooting 2 different days. When filming, we put Carly in charge of making the set the way we needed it, as well as handling props throughout the shooting process. Jackson had the role of acting and knowing the lines he needed to say and actions he needed to do. I was in charge of recording because I have had the most experience with photography and my camera had the best quality. Connor did the editing as well as help us figure out which shots were next. I believe we all had very crucial parts, but my involvement really made sure that we would have the clips for the film ready for all the other parts of the process. At the beginning of the filming, it was a little different for me because I'm used to photography, not videography. Once we started and got into it, it became easier, especially on the second day. By the end, I became a better photographer and videographer. Since this is all pretty new to me, there was a lot of critiquing needed. I am always grateful for criticism no matter what it is. Any fix that was made aware to me, I took it into consideration and fixed it as fast as possible. There were some critiques that I did not agree with, but instead of arguing, I thanked the person and took it with a grain of salt. There were not many revisions needed to be made in our film. The only things we really needed to fix were a shadow of our camera, the music being too loud while the clips passed, and more sound effects to make the film more dramatic. These were easily done with a bit of editing. We took the clip out that had the shadow and replaced it with a fade to black instead. The music was turned down while Jackson's voice was turned up to hear his thoughts. The sound effects were an easy add with the use of CapCut. Our credits were created with CapCut. We took a background in typing sound effects from Google, and CapCut made it possible to put them together as well as add words being typed across the screen. Both logos were created using an AI site called Halio.video. We could not find a way to take our initial drawings and make them the way we wanted, so we resorted to this site. It allowed us to take our creative ideas and bring them to life. Overall, this project has taught me the ins and outs of filmmaking, how to deal with conflict, teamwork, editing, camera work, and even how people process visuals. I am very glad for this opportunity and my team who have helped me grow in all these aspects.